Hello friends, so today I'm doing an unscripted drawing video. I'm drawing characters from an OC Warrior Cat story, and today I'm drawing a warrior of ThunderClan named Ravenheart, a black tom with yellow eyes. So the story is kind of something I've been working on for a few days, and the first thing I had to do was come up with some characters that fit what I was trying to do. The story focuses around a cat who, for the most part in the story, is just a normal cat of ThunderClan, trying to get by following StarClan. However, pretty early on in Meadowpaw, who is the main character, pretty early on in Meadowpaw's apprenticeship, the deputy dies, and Meadowpaw's mother is made deputy. Now, sometime not long after, Meadowpaw's mother showed up dead at 4 trees. Meadowpaw and his siblings had no idea what to do. They paused their training for a few days to get back on their feet because they were torn apart by their mother's death. So, Meadowpaw's mentor, Mintclaw, was actually the one the clan thought would be next deputy. So, as expected, when Meadowpaw's mother died, Mintclaw was made deputy. Meadowpaw later found out that Mintclaw killed his mother to become deputy, and Meadowpaw was threatened that he would be silenced if he ever spoke. So he agreed to be quiet while he figured out what to do. He wasn't sure what he could do. He couldn't put his siblings in danger. He couldn't lose them like he did his mother. He couldn't put his father through any more of this, and Meadowstar was too old to do anything about it. Not long later, Meadowstar, on her last life, was quarantined to her den. She was losing energy fast, and Mintclaw had basically taken over. So at this point, Meadowpaw knew he had to do something. So he slowly started gathering his clan. Well, his clanmates, to help him. He spread the truth, and he was made a warrior. He wasn't quite sure what to make of it. Why would Meadowstar make him a warrior? Meadowstar was cruel and often did things to endanger the clan. Meadowstar had even gone so far as to getting Meadowpaw's sister, Drizzlepaw, killed. Meadowfrost knew he had to do something, so he did. He rallied his clanmates, and in one final push against Meadowstar, Meadowfrost stood up to fight. His clanmates watched in horror as this warrior, who had barely been a warrior at all, fought their leader. Fought a cat with 9 lives. This one cat. Until Meadowfrost's apprentice joined in. Meadowfrost was clearly losing the battle, and Gingerpaw just couldn't watch. Eventually they managed to chase Meadowstar out of the camp. The medicine cat at the time, Skipleaf, went to StarClan asking what they could do. They had a leader who wasn't allowed back in camp. They weren't sure what they could do. StarClan reluctantly agreed to take Meadowstar's lives. They acknowledged that the clans weren't going to allow Meadowstar back, with or without their approval. So they did what they could to keep ThunderClan safe. They took all of Meadowstar's lives. And ThunderClan, even their deputy, decided that Meadowfrost would be their new leader. Meadowfrost had shown immense bravery and skill in taking on a clan leader with no backup intended. He merely asked that his clanmates watch as their leader tried to kill him for telling the truth. And they did. And he was proven right. Meadowfrost reluctantly agreed and was taken off to Moonstone. He lived out the rest of his life pretty normally, happily. He even made his sister Snow hold on. His sister Snowskip. Whoops, ignore that. It took me a second. He even met a she-cat named Lilysong. Together they had 2 kits, who later became Drizzlefall and Thrushwillow, to honor his sister, Drizzlepaw, who died because of Mintclaw's tyranny, and Thrushwillow, named after his mother Willowstep. Lilysong was a sweet and kind cat. So that's the story of Meadowstar. It's not the best story because it's still in progress, but it made sense to me. It was just something I'd had going on, and it just felt like it fit. It felt like this was a character I needed to explain. This was a character that needed a life, needed a story. And so be expecting readings of the chapters of the story as I write them. And feel free to give advice, but just hate comments will not be allowed. You can say you didn't like it or you should change this, but don't just say this is awful, how dare you. Don't be that person, because it won't be tolerated here. Not now. So now to design choices for this cat. I know there was quite a bit of time where I just kind of sat there. I'm not good at multitasking. You could probably tell. I promise my videos will get better the more I do it. At least that's what I hope. My videos will be inconsistent for now because there's so much going on. Anyway, for Ravenheart's design, I kind of took inspiration from an old design of Hollyleaf I saw one time. Not really sure why that design stuck with me as much as it did. It just felt right, I guess. And I decided to kind of base it off of that. I can't remember where I saw the design. But I saw it and I was like, hey, I should draw a character based off of this cat. Based off of this color palette. So I did. And that's how, too dark. That's how Ravenheart was designed. Too purple. Ignore me, I'll struggle with this for a while. It's not dark enough. Better. So as you can probably tell, I'm recording this and drawing at the exact same time. The audio is part of the video, there's no editing done. I don't know how to edit videos. If you have any advice on that, go ahead, tell me, please. Please make my life easier. I'd hate to have to re-record this video and delete this entire design. That would just be such a pain. Most of the side characters in the story still get some coverage. They get at least some form of recognition. They all have their scene. They all have their stories, even if the story isn't told. I don't know, I like it when side characters all have their own thing going on. Characters can't just be expected to drop everything because someone says so. So I decided to give them all their story. Now, I haven't come up with their stories yet because the story is very new. But, I don't know, it's something to think about. I don't know, let me know what you think. I know I kind of bounce around a lot. I'm pretty scatterbrained. And like I said, there is no script, which was probably a horrible idea. Probably really bad. But I don't know, I've never been the kind of person to just script everything. I like when things are really normal and natural, and for me this is what I normally do. I sit and I draw. Now, most of the time I would have something playing in the background, but I would normally watch them on YouTube, and since this video is going on YouTube and I don't feel like getting yelled at because I have someone else's content in the background, I'm just not going to do it because I respect... Wow, did it really just... Oh, I thought it was gonna kick me out. I thought it was gonna kick me out. That was nice. That was, real doozy. And my phone does that all the time. Most of the time it kicks me off my art software. It's great. It's so great. Anyway, this is Ravenheart in all of his glory. Not sure really what I want to have happen with him. I hate this brush. I know I made it myself to make drawing easier sometimes, but oh my gosh. Sometimes I hate myself for doing things to make things easier, just ending up complicating them more. Don't judge me, I do all of my art, like all of my coloring on one layer. I don't often have very many layers, and this art is all in real time, like, I don't know. I don't really know how to, like, prove it's in real time, but it's all recorded in real time. I really do draw this fast, and I know my art's not the best, but it's art. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad. At least I don't think so. I'm down for, like, art tips and stuff, if that's your thing, but I work on it. I'll get there eventually. So, I have a, like, really weird way of drawing, especially when it comes to eyes. I forgot to alpha lock the layer. So ignore me as I proceed to create pink around it. It'll make sense when it's done. It just looks really weird when it's not. No. Maybe if it were... What if I do... I'm a horrible commentator, if you can't tell. I mainly did commentary because I didn't want just silent static videos. Whoops. It's been a day. It's okay. I'm sorry I keep going quiet. I don't really know what to talk about. I'm actually really happy with this drawing. Gotta make sure the edges are smooth. Yes, I do use the symmetry brush, but I'm just bad at drawing, okay? Don't judge me. So most of my backgrounds are like, oh, that's not the background. I knew that. Most of my backgrounds are pretty simple. I do not realistic, but I do like cartoon backgrounds sometimes, but most of the time it's just colors when I'm doing characters because I'm not very good at backgrounds, therefore I don't like to draw them. And there he is in all of his glory, Ravenheart. See you next time.